We have entered the solar plexus chakra now, which is a chakra that is near and dear because of our experience in Quartzsite, which was amazing. We had a ritual and I kind of found the deity that we enjoy each other.
Your matron. Your
Yes.
matron goddess.
Exactly, my matron goddess. Exactly, Cersei. So,
Mm.
and also a shout out to Jen Gunn who gave me these marvelous eyeglass holders.
Mm.
They're like
Those
little.
are cute.
If you see, I know
They kind of look like earrings, like
they're
dangly earrings.
I feel like they're like these. See,
Mm. Cute.
I know they're adorable because I looked at pictures.
Mm.
Okay, so let me start sharing the screen. Solar plexus chakra herbs.
Mm.
Manipura. It means a lustrous gem. So where is it located? This lustrous gem is going to be right underneath your diaphragm and right above your belly button. So that little area there. And like,
I'm gonna grab something real quick, but
okay,
I still have my headphones in.
okay. So I think I've said this many times in this whole series, but chakras are super embodied for me. So when I focus on a chakra, and especially if I touch it or if I use a quartz point to touch it, like I feel it almost jump inside me. So
Mm.
this like I will often feel like I feel this one, like I'll like roll up over this one. Like I can feel the energy like rolling up through this chakra in a really unique way.
Yeah.
So many means jewel and Pura means city. So city, jewel city. And oh, like we discussed that personal meeting. So it kind of so like before when we used to meet as a group and we would do ritual together, and then so it's super connected with Cersei for me, and even more so now that I've kind of researched some of the other herbs, although there's lots of herbs tied to Cersei that are not tied with this chakra, but anyway, yeah. So it has
Mm.
kind of a personal, and it's a chakra of the self too. I'm going to move us up here. I don't know if it'll actually do that though. Sometimes it doesn't want to change in the middle, but we'll see.
I think where you move it is different. Like I can move my video too.
So we'll see. I moved it, so I don't. We'll see. So it kind of has this like personal power meaning to me, and there's some like really neat things. I was like, it's just a favorite for me.
Mm.
So, and dang it, I didn't even write it down here. So the symbol is the 10 petal lotus with 10 Sanskrit letters, and there's a downward pointing and often red triangle in a circle, and then there's the god Vishnu and the goddess Lakini. So there's one of those more simplified versions and another kind of more simplified version. And then there's that, and oh, and a ram is down at the bottom. So there's like a ram is part of this equation as well. And some things that I didn't put on here that I probably should have, that I don't know why I didn't put on here, but the characteristic of the self that's associated with the solar plexus chakra is courage, of course.
Mm.
Yeah, so no chakra there. So courage, and that's like using either internal family systems theory or what did you call it? Parts theory.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that's like, I guess I don't know anything about parts theory, but I know for internal family systems theory, the characteristics of the self or the highest self is I have brought those two together and associated it with chakra system. So that's a chakra I associate it with.
Mm.
And then there was one other thing that I was like, I didn't put on here, and I want to look it up really quick because we were talking about it before. Oh, it's Dreamwork. So the solar plexus chakra, Diane Stein, she puts two of the women's the women's psychic powers with the solar plexus chakra. And it's interesting that she puts, I'll tell you which one she puts. She puts, of course, manifestation, because that's like central, I think. But she also puts Dreamwork in here, which is kind of unusual. I thought was a little bit unusual.
I agree that it's unusual because I would associate Dreamwork with like the crown or the third eye, maybe.
Third eye,
But
probably.
yeah, but it's interesting because one of the herbs that I'm doing today is heavily associated with Dreamwork.
That is funny.
So
Yes.
that's funny.
Yeah, me too. There's the one that has some Dreamwork things with me too.
Yeah.
So,
I associate this, I don't know if you're going to talk about this, but my like my major association with the solar plexus is like our personality, like who we are to our core, like what lights us up, what makes us happy, what makes us sad. Like I associate all of that with the solar plexus as well.
yes, and we definitely are going to talk about that.
Mm.
So yeah, so she says though that that's what dreams so this is what she says. She says dreams are visualizations of events, ideas, places, people, and information that are brought into the energy bodies at the solar plexus. They are assumed to be visual images, but women who are blind also dream, and if without visual context, use sensory images that are meaningful to them. Dreams are solar plexus visualization images combined with the psychic knowing of the brow chakra, third eye.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe it's like I could see it paired
Yeah, that's
because
what she's saying. She's saying that,
yeah.
yeah. So
Because if it's like our dreams are so like heavily tied to us, right? Like
yeah,
how what we need to see or what we want to
and
see or what we are
healing
seeing.
our world.
Yeah. Yeah.
EMDR is like about, healing our
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah, so I could see how it would tie that. I don't like it by itself for dreams, but the association with the solar plexus and the crown or the third eye, I like. Yeah.
So correspondences. The element is fire, of course, and the verb is I can. The outer state is plasma. Is that like lava? The
Hmm.
glands are pancreas and adrenals. The body parts are the digestive system and the muscles. The body, if you have a problem, then you'll have like ulcers, diabetes, hypoglycemia, and digestive disorders, which is interesting because both of mine touch on, both my herbs work towards
Hmm.
remedying that. So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
The color is yellow. The sound is ram, rom, or ah is in father. And then the tarot. So sometimes people want to put it with wands, but you know how I am with fire. I don't put fire with wands at all. I put fire with swords. So like
Same.
yeah. So there you go.
Hmm.
And yeah. The celestial body is the sun or Mars. I'm sure because Mars because of the ram.
Hmm.
The metal is iron. The foods are yellow foods or starches or whole grains. The minerals are amber, topaz, yellow citrine, and rutilated quartz. And the animal, of course, is the ram. The sense is sight. Now we go continued. So the goddesses are Lakini, that was shown on the front, and this is Lakini, Brigitte, Athena, Amaterasu, and Cersei. And there's probably many more. So I'm sure there's many solar goddesses probably as well.
Yeah.
And that's not the force. These are not the numbers. You know what? This is totally wrong. I did not update this. That's why I did not update any of these. That's why this is one. How weird. I just copied it and did not update this. So let me quickly see where I got this. That's so weird because I was wondering why didn't I do that? We talked about creativity. Okay, so that's okay. Goodness gracious. I'm so sorry. I apologize up front.
Good.
So let's see if I can find this. I'm sure. Okay, so the numbers, I can tell you right now, the number is 10.
Mm,
Okay, the number's 10. It's 10 petals of a lotus. So I can tell you it's probably 10 or some.
mm,
The sense, what is the sense? The sense is sight. We already said that in the last one. That was already, so what is
mhm.
the force? The force is, I don't even see a force here. So maybe there is, maybe that's why. Oh, combustion.
Oh, okay.
Combustion. And you know
Mm.
what? Let's see if I can, if I'm doing, wait, let me see. This pisses me off so much right now. I can't stand it. Watch. Combustion. 10. Sight. And the characteristic of the self is courage. And the woman's psychic power, there's two of them. There's manifestation and dream work, which
Mm.
is also with third eye. Much apologies. There we go. We're back. Woohoo!
Nice.
And here we are. Okay. So the nutshell is that it's about power and self, just like you said. So it's about increasing your personal power and about like the seat of you. I always there's like this silly phrase called the You-ness of You, like YOUNESS. Like
Nice.
it is like the You-ness of you.
Mm,
So it is like you're the seat of yourself. I would say it's like your sun sign.
mm,
Like it's definitely like that. It's like it is the sun, so there you go. It's like all that. um so the first one is a common one that is
mm.
associated with the solar plexus chakra, and it is chamomile or chamomile.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. So
Mm.
chamas is ground and melos is apple. Chamos melos, chamomile.
Nice.
The ground apple. So I'm sure there's many more, but these were like the top four that immediately came up with the Latin names, but there's a ton of them for chamomile. Okay, there's Anthemis nobilis is Roman, and then wait, chamomilum nobile is Roman chamomile. Camemelia matriarcha is German, and matriarcha ricutita is
Mm,
German as well. So there's a picture, and it's interesting because the bottom, I thought that I didn't have chamomile because my leaves kind of didn't look like this, but I do. It's just that it may be young or something, but it's
mm.
an interesting thing too. And I'll tell you something else interesting about it. So there it is. And that's what my AI thinks it
And
looks like. And then that's like what it's right now.
mm.
It's very young right now, but see how like the leaves are?
It almost looks like carrot.
Exactly. Or like I took a picture of it with the phone thing and it said feverfew. And then I looked
Oh,
up, and so then I'm like, why did I plant feverfew? And then, which is
yeah.
interesting. And I looked it up, and no, feverfew is very often confused with chamomile. The only way you can tell the difference are because of the flowers. So the
Mm,
flowers, one has like more of like a button top, and
yeah.
one's like a very flat top.
Mm,
So anyway, so
mm,
yes, chamomile. The parts used are like, so flowers are primarily used for everything that medicinally they use them for, even magically, but sometimes people use the leaves, but not much for the if people drink it, they don't really do infusions with the leaves. It's mostly
mm.
with the flowers. And so other names are manzanilla, and it's a Spanish name because of the sweet taste, because it's manzanilla is like a small apple, sweet apple. Um, chamomile, Chamomile, the variety of spelling based on that Latin name.
Mm.
Earth apple or ground apple, we already know about that. Here, mansion means little warriors, and we're going to talk about that in the war. And Maven is an Anglo-Saxon name, and we're going to talk about that more in the lore. And then it's called scented mayweed, which is just an alternative name, probably because it causes it's an allergen.
Mm.
And it's also called a wig plant because it does best where trampled on and kept prostrate.
Oh, that's funny.
I know, because I couldn't figure out. I've like looked and looked for the resources, so I was called the wig plant. That's the only thing I could find, and it was just. But it's so true because so we live like out here in Southern California, where I am, not where Raven is. There's this place called Mercy Canyon, and along Mercy Canyon, like where you walk is this humongous flat, like dusty path. And along the sides of the path, you can always find little chamomile growing. It's not the German kind, though. It's like there's a California kind, even I think that's in ours. But yeah, anyway, so it does like trampled places.
It's like dandelion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that likes to be taken advantage of.
So the correspondences and information. So some people said the element was water, but I like it for fire, so I'm sticking with that. And then there's like this whole other alternative, which, okay, so then I did this thing with it. I'm like, okay, because the Damiana thing kind of got me thinking. Like there's a lot of, I've got this whole book and I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't go fetch it right now. But I have this whole book about like goddesses who are both sun goddesses and moon goddesses. Like there's like a whole like series of them that are both, like a whole like slew of them, a handful of these goddesses. Really interesting. Besides Cersei, there's like Medea, there's like all these, there's like a bunch of different ones. Anyway, so it's gonna piss me off. So you're gonna have to wait. Okay. Because I hate when I do that. And I hope I can just put my finger on it really quick. Because it's gonna, oh, I found it real quick. Look at that. I'm so good. Goddesses of the sun and moon. So I thought maybe chamomile is their herb. So I'll tell you who the four that they have. Circe, Medea, Aphrodite, and Niobe. So it's by Carl Perenyi, and it's like an anthropology book. It's not like it doesn't read like a
witchy book.
Yeah, no, not at all. Exactly. Okay. So I was thinking, so maybe this is like one that kind of goes with those goddesses, right? Yeah. And then the chakra is the solar plexus. The deities are Brigitte, Ire. I think that's how you say the name. Ear. That's how it is. Ear. Demeter, Oshun, all sun goddesses, specifically Circe, and then Saint Anne as well. The moon phase is the full moon. And the tarot, so this is another weird one. I liked it way more for Ace of Swords than I did for Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like nostalgia. It's like super like Cancerian almost. It's like remembering like the kids like in their childhood. Like it's all like, you know.
I agree. I don't like it with water. So I really don't like it for cups, for any cups. Honestly.
Yeah, me neither. So and because I put fire with swords, I really like it for Ace of Swords. So astrological sign Leo, or if you're into those water signs, whatever you put them with, whatever water sign you want. I like Leo though. I think it's so like in your face, like it's like even on the trampled places, it doesn't care. It's gonna give you a fucking flower no matter what. Even if you're on the side, like you're gonna have to take notice. I smell good, I look good at all times. Trample on me if you will. I'm still like I can be on the side of the road and I'm still the center of attention.
Yeah.
I love that, Leo. The crystals are yellow stones, yellow citrine, honey calcite. The sabbats or rituals are midsummer. The plant and the plant info. So it's like I said, it's a common allergen. And it's a yellow dye as well, especially for your hair. You'll find sometimes even like these shampoos that are supposed to keep the blonde in your hair, they'll use chamomile. And then look, I thought I would give you a picture of that beautiful honey calcite that we got at Quartzsite that same trip. So
nice.
So the first one bit of lore and stories and cultural import is Peter Rabbit. So after Peter's misadventure in Mr. McGregor's garden, where he gets into all sorts of trouble, he returns home and he feels super sick, and he's sent to bed by his mother without any dinner, and she gives him some chamomile tea to drink to settle his stomach. So the other one is a bit of Anglo-Saxon lore. And this is the Laknunga. Have you ever heard of the Laknunga? Hello, I see you. Silly Jake. Like, I can't see you. We know you're there.
Oh, such a weirdo. I have not heard of
Laknunga. Okay,
Okay.
so this is pretty rad. It's a collection of Anglo-Saxon medical texts and then magical charms as well. So chamomile is part of these 9 sacred herbs that were given to them by Woden, but it also becomes part of this iconic like 9 herb charm that we're
I have that.
Oh, you do?
In my book, yeah.
Yeah, so this becomes, but it started like these 9 sacred herbs are in like the Laknunga. That's where they're from, and it became part of like a cultural thing kind of in England and the UK, whatever. So here's another one. Here's another story. In Germany, of course, you have German, and then look at the leaves on that too. So I'm like, somebody must see leaves are different. Okay, so
yeah,
it's that Hermanchen. So Germans believe that chamomile are accursed soldiers being punished for their sins. So Hermanchen means little soldier. So that's, yeah, straight up and down. So now magical properties. Oh, the magical properties. Let's see. Here. Oh. So protection. So you can plant it in the garden as a guardian herb spirit for your energy and your space. And you can even plant it near sick plants. So I'm interested in this because my plants, I have like first of all, my plants I have a garden bed that's raised, and it's in a weird place that it's a little bit less sunny and more wet than most places in probably a California garden where I live. And so, and it also like, I have an irritating aphid thing going on that like I just snip things off and throw away whole branches. Like I'm mad at the aphids. Like I can't, I'm so mad. Like I don't even eat this stuff. Like I literally want to find some old school pest control and just spray everything down and then wait 3 days and like just go on, because I'm not eating this stuff. I'm just watching it. Like I just want to watch it grow. Yeah. Okay. So I don't like these aphids. I want to like, I'm losing my marbles with these. Every day I go out there and looking for the aphids.
I wonder if neem oil works for aphids.
People are always saying, I know, that's my next thing. I've done the soap thing. Somebody said they were going to get me some neem. I've tried that, but you know what? It doesn't. I use some other oil and some other soap thing. And you know what? It's like a stopgap. Like, I feel like you're always fighting it. Like, I swear, if somebody has some, I've been catching though, we're thinking about raising ladybugs on our property. So that like solves everything, is raising the ladybugs. Finding out, I guess you do some like little ladybug box but you know what I haven't seen them on is the chamomile. So
Oh, interesting.
I've seen them on the mugwort. I broke off a mugwort thing and threw it away. It pissed me off so bad.
Oh no.
I know. I know.
Mm.
It doesn't like patchouli at all. Even though
Oh.
patchouli's prone to like bugs and stuff. It's weird,
Mm.
but it did not like my patchouli.
Mm.
What else has it liked? Oh, I had to take out complete because you know what came on? It came to me from I bought Angelica um at a farmer's market. And it was
Oh.
in the Angelica, like as the Angelica came up, like it was covered with like like I could not. And then that's when I started using all those natural things, just trying to like
Mm.
douse the Angelica, and it would grow, and it like was alive and happy, and huge, but it was just a constant fight with those damn aphids. And you know what? Finally, I had it. I dug up the whole Angelica and I threw the whole damn thing in the trash. I couldn't
Mm.
take it anymore. It was driving me mad.
Yeah.
Like I can't like
Oh.
really I need some old school pest control just because I'm not eating this.
Yeah.
Like I just
Mm.
want and you can't find it.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to find. Like you can't just go and it's weird how you can't find
Mm.
it. I
Mm.
just like, and because you look at Western garden books and like what to do for aphids, like I've got some old school one and it's like douse with this chemical and wait 3 days. You're like, I can't get that chemical.
Mm.
I can't get that chemical's unavailable now.
Mm.
Okay, so protection, the 9 herbs charm, the Lagnunga. So it's against all harms of all sorts. So it's a whole spell.
It's long.
Yeah, Nigon Werda Galder is what the name of it is. It's
Mm.
NWG. And um there or popularly, I don't know what I was gonna say that. There's 3 translations of it though that are like like the main translations, and you can look and they have different kind of flavors to them.
Mm.
But the end result of all of it is that it's specifically to defeat a wound of some sort or to like a health issue of some sort, an infection, maybe even. So
Mhm.
festering of um, that's what that herb is for. And you're right, it was long. That's why I didn't include it for brevity's sake. I did not
Yeah.
include it. Okay. Let's see. What's the next thing? So success. Another thing it's used for success. So removing blocks and opening the way. And that's going to be a theme as well. I feel like with this solar plexus idea is this,
Mm.
it's like because your solar plexus is like the connecting point between your lower or earthly chakras and your upper or like whatever non-earthly chakras. It's
Mm.
kind of like the way opener. So it's interesting that the herbs randomly that I chose both have that property as well. And then if you want gambling luck, you can infuse your money. We can wash your money before gambling, which is yeah. If you do
My
you
credit
gamble?
card.
Are you a gambler?
No.
No.
I mean, every once in a while, like if I don't know, if people are going to a casino, I'll go, but I'm not like a normal gambler.
Yeah, me neither. So for sleep and meditation, of course, Chamomile is going to calm down your central nervous system. It's supposed to cure a nightmare. And I assume it would because if it's calming your belly, sometimes when you're not feeling good, you have terrible nightmares too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that it's helpful. And then you can use incense, Chamomile incense for the same, for sleep and meditation. Or magic. Hex breaking. Can use it to remove curses and purification, specifically the air. It purifies the air, which I don't really use it as a air purifier.
I don't either.
I know. I might want to. I haven't ever really thought about it as such. Love and sex. You can bathe in a chamomile infusion to attract love, although I'm like over things just having like the throw in of love. I feel like
Yeah, love and
for
protection.
love.
I feel like everything is for
The
love and
Scott
protection. Love
Cunningham
and
play.
protection. Yeah.
Exactly. Love and protection and
God.
money. Can we just all wind them
Yeah.
all up? They're
I
all forever.
know. Let's go a little deeper. Come on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm,
Oh my gosh. Okay, for friendship, and I can see that. I love like things that are yellow, always having that friendship affinity.
yeah.
The more magical properties. But I included this here because I like that image so much because this main one is their property is little suns. And so I just thought that image was so perfectly perfect for it.
Mm,
These are it's like energy and action. So you can use them for whatever you would use that like solar energy for, that like power, face
yeah.
front energy. It's natural, powerful, and it's just filled with joy. So whatever little suns
You
you,
know,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
think that I would not attribute this to Ace of Swords, and I would attribute it to the sun because I really do use Chamomile anytime I need to bring like sun
I
energy
do.
to
I
something.
agree. I agree. So let's just go back
I
here.
think Ace of Swords is like a good runner-up, but I do like the sun.
Let's see. Where is my Ace of Swords? Let's see. We don't like that Six of Cups. Let's just move you
No.
up. Goodbye, Six of Cups.
Delete.
We'll do this, and we'll do the Sun, and we'll do Ace of Swords as a
There we go. Yeah, good.
put you back. And we're back. We only have 3 minutes too of this, but we can.
Okay.
Little suns. Okay. So, medical properties. It's an antispasmodic, a carminative, which means yeah, it helps your belly.
Mm,
Anti-inflammatory, analgesic, antiseptic, aromatic, vulnerary, a bitter, a diaphoretic, an emmenagogue, a nervine, a sedative, and a tonic. So it's a gentle sedative. It's super safe. It's safe for kids. It's good for anxiety and insomnia, like the whole panoply, even delirium tremens. So it's like a
mm,
good, if you're helping somebody coming off of alcohol who are like have the shakes, that's what delirium tremens is. So if you can continue to be giving chamomile infusion, probably. A sore throat, it's good to use as a gargle, and it also helps mouth sores. So if you're like me that always gets like every
like
time I eat
canker
a
sores.
walnut, what?
Mm,
Yes, I get a mouth sore. Every time I eat a walnut,
mm,
I get
dang.
or pineapple, sometimes I get
Yeah, I get it from pineapple and kiwi sometimes.
yeah. So it's good also for stomach issues, which is so rad. So digestion and indigestion, which is totally right along that solar plexus thing too. Gastritis, flatulence, and also combine it with ginger. So ginger and then up to a half ounce of flour for your stomach, and you can like make a infusion.
Mm,
Seems like a lot though. Flour. I would just
mm.
say to your normal thing. So just
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yeah, I would do like I don't know, like a
yeah,
tablespoon,
me
like
too.
a heaping
A
tablespoon.
heaping
Yeah.
tablespoon, and then maybe and like the ginger you can do to taste. So if you're doing
Yeah.
what's it called? Like dried ginger, you can do that to
Mm,
taste, or you can even slice some especially in hot water with fresh sliced
mm,
ginger is pretty rad, I'll tell you.
yeah.
So teething babies as well. And then we've got less than a minute left. So
Okay.
let's stop right here. We'll get out of here and then we'll start back up at medical properties of chamomile.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay.